Today we have Today's Home Living by Justin Rust. I've examined this book before. We have red cloth cover with a sort of green rhombus. This appears to be painted on. There's the spine. Nothing on the back there. You can see that this had been part of a home ec department in a school. We have 1947 for a date, based on earlier works. Preface. Today's Home Living, a high school text in home economics, treats of the family and its relationships within the home and the community, the guidance of children and the directing of their development toward maturity, housing, home management, family economics, and family and community health. What determines our family patterns? Why is family life important to the community? What does the successful family do for its members? How may the family contribute to a wholesome interpretation of sex? How do the attitudes of the family members affect family life? What are the relationships in a successful family? Unit 2 is Growing Up. Unit 3, Managing a Home. Making the House a Home. Caring for the house. Using time in the home. Managing the family income. The family as a consumer. Why we are as we are. Caring for the young child. How the child develops. Guiding the child in his learning. The community's responsibility for its children. Keeping in good health. Being a home helper to the physician. Caring for the patient. How the home and community work together. The successful family. Good times together strengthen the family bonds. These two young brothers are beginning early to enjoy each other. Good health is wealth, at least wealth in attractiveness. Wow. Skills of all kinds can be learned at various ages. Working as a family group will increase efficiency and establish responsibility. A tea is heaps of fun. There are many kinds of dwelling places in the world, all called home by someone. What do you want in a home? A level lot, a garden protected from wind and neighbors, easy access from house to garden. These lists, reprinted by courtesy of the Berkeley Women's City Club, show what 300 women in Berkeley, California desire in a house. Interesting house plans. From these pictures, we can see the ease with which work is done by good lighting, as compared with the ill effects of working by poor light. Ooh, price list. Easy chair, $10. Springs and mattress, $25. From beautiful museum pieces, we may get ideas for the shapes, colors, and forms to look for when we buy decorative objects for the home. Waffle iron. Unit 5, caring for the house. These rules, given out by the Chinese in 590 to 606 AD on the care and management of the home, are as true today as they were 2,500 years ago. Many different kinds of good brushes are needed today for properly keeping house. I can think of other uses for brushes, am I right? The glistening surface of well-polished silver is protected by proper storage. Table for stain removal. Whoa, carpet beetles. Here's how not to let your children do. Yikes. Shears are interesting but dangerous playthings. Touching the light chain while standing in a wet tub is an invitation to an accident. Oh look, an early baby gate. A humorous poem about homemaking routine, remembering 1940s gender roles. So this is interesting because this type of thinking is something that's coming up now in our economic discourse, at least in America, about the value of unpaid labor, especially of that by women who contribute more to housework. Many of the home services of family members are above money value. That's also important to keep in mind. It seems to me that possibly attempting to monetize these kinds of transactions would be a mistake. This is an attractive kitchen planned for efficient work. An orderly arrangement of supplies saves time and emotion. Adequate and orderly storage of linens simplifies daily duties. Personal accounting. Planning at school helps in planning at home. As you can see, that's a class full of girls. Highly gendered kind of class. Family planning ensures family satisfaction as well as family saving. Something tells me their use of the term family planning is not what we would now mean by this. That said, like the preface told us, this book does apparently have something to say about sexual matters. Ooh, an early informative nutrition label. All wool material dissolves entirely when boiled for 15 minutes in a solution of 1 tablespoon of lye and 1 pint of water at top left. A pure dye silk burns with a small flame, giving an ash that is black and shiny, and forms in tiny, porous, brittle balls along the edge of the fabric, top right. A weighted silk chars rather than burns, and leaves a black ash of the same shape as the cloth. Acetate rayon, when dipped in acetone, dissolves, forming a thick, syrupy substance like hot jelly, bottom left. A fabric made of 2 types of rayon shows up under the acetone test, bottom right. The acetate yarns dissolve, leaving the viscose yarns. So that's interesting, sort of a little household chemistry there. Informative labeling is invaluable to the consumer in the purchase of fabrics and clothing. The quality of sheets and pillowcases. The construction of furniture indicates its durability. Shown are the dowel joint, mortise and tenon, corner block. Construction details are given on page 195. Fashion tips. Why we are as we are. This is actually about heredity. Picnics rate high as recreation in our country. Not everywhere is there the grandeur of the mountains, but everywhere there may be zest and enjoyment in picnicking. No cause for complaint about my schedule, thank you. When mealtime is happy time, the bottom of the bowl soon comes into sight. Clothes for babies. Oh. So this is about sunlight. Direct exposure to sunlight is a protective measure. Children of this era, the 40s, that's my mom's generation, there wasn't sunscreen. Maybe the zinc oxide. Wait, what? The ultraviolet rays have been shown to be an effective means of preventing and curing rickets? And cod liver oil. It's a vitamin D source, I think is what this is about. Still relevant today, right? Protection against communicable diseases should be given. Communicable diseases that children frequently have are measles, whooping cough, chicken pox, scarlet fever, mumps, diphtheria, and perhaps others. All right, how the child develops, stuff about teeth, lots of healthy toddlers, a duckling. Oh, it's a gosling, not a duckling. Kids playing a game of some sort, sleeping, painting. Paper shopping bag with a bunch of loose fruit in it. Guiding the child in his learning. A little bit of hands-on learning there from the young kids in the 40s. Children begin early to live in a world of make-believe. Don't threaten children, especially if you're not going to carry it out. A small motion picture projector that children can use with some help from adults makes possible pleasant entertainment without overstimulation. Learning something about flowers and plants gives young people an idea of the magnitude of nature's works. The community's responsibility for its children. Children with disabilities. Fresh vegetables, a nourishing lunch, fishing, resting, thinking. This is a good combination for keeping well. How disappointed would the people of 1947 be if they knew what was going on now? Obviously, some of them are still alive. Being a home helper to the physician, poisonous plants. And the fact is, there should be books like this now. I mean, home economics, in terms of a modern take on the things covered in this type of book, I've met many young people who feel like that would be something that should be taught in school. You know, basic cooking and cleaning and money management and things, and obviously today people of all genders ought to take such a class. I like this. She was told this would happen, but she still seems surprised. Could be he, she or he. Definitely does have a tendency to be surprised at things that really shouldn't be surprising. So I'm going through most of this book, though, fairly quickly. Enthusiasm and zest characterize the response of these schoolroom citizens. This is about food regulations. Oh look, a modern grocery store. Circa the 30s and 40s. Public health services. What have we here? Wait, what? Okay. There's a checkout card. I'll be looking at that, won't I? Let me see here. Talk a little bit about sex. No checkouts on the card. Well, hopefully that was interesting. Take care now.